What up, what up, what up? It's your boy P.A from the CAFEMOTOPOD podcast. To my left, I got my boy Neil here, pencil tuning Neil. We got Big Manny over here on the other left.
What's up?
And today we are at 813 Performance in Tampa Bay. Like I said, with my buddy Neil here. You might have seen him on the 7's Day podcast where he said empanadas were better than beef patties. We forgot to bring him the empanadas today, but
beef patties are present.
The beef. All right. So after this, we had to get beef patties.
See if anybody's open with them. They got them.
They're in my fridge in the shop.
Yeah.
Box.
Neil sent us to a place that had no beef patties, but the food was good. I will say that. I had the brown stew chicken. What'd you have?
The curry chicken.
Curry chicken.
Rice and peas.
Jay's food truck.
Yes.
1 point.
Jay's food truck here in Tampa Bay. Nice little Jamaican staple over here. Shout out to them. It'd be nice to get some brown stew chicken for your boy for the shout out, but I'm just playing. It's really good, really good. So like I said, we got Neil here. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, who you are, what you do here, and how you are a certified legend out here in these Tampa streets.
All right, so I am Neil. Correct name is Othniel. I am owner operator or one of the owners at 813 Performance and Dyno. I am also the tuner here and the tuner at Pencil Tuning. So, I mean, a lot of people get confused about that regarding Pencil Tuning and 813. So 813 is a garage where we do everything, modification, maintenance, all your Japanese cars, JDM cars, regular American cars in general, we do maintenance and service. We also do tuning of these cars. Now, 813 is the location and the shop. Pencil Tuning is myself and my tuning services. So that's worldwide. Wherever I am, that's where Pencil Tuning is. The shop is right here in Tampa Bay. So,
how long have you been in Tampa?
I personally have been in Tampa 12 years. Been working on this plan, this realization for the past 10 years. It was part of my 10-year plan moving here from Jamaica. So,
nice.
Yeah, this is part of it. It's still not where I want it to be, nowhere close to where I want it to be, but it is definitely shaping up to get there. As I said, it was part of a decade-long plan, but as you know, plans go. You plan and stuff snowball and it never works out how you think it would. But yeah, that's it.
What made you pick Tampa?
Simply because my uncle is who lived here first.
Okay.
And that was the only familiar relative I had in the United States where I could stay with when I moved here. So I stayed with him for a while. And then I liked Tampa. I traveled around a bit. I liked Tampa Bay. Like, I didn't live anywhere, but I traveled around to see what I like. Fort Lauderdale was basically Kingston still.
Pretty much.
Yeah, New York is very similar to Kingston, downtown Kingston. And it's also it gets cold. I don't do well with the cold. Mm-hmm. Tampa was a happy medium. We did have some cold months when I just moved here. I'll never forget February 15, 2014. Boy, it was 32 degrees. That's the coldest I've ever been in my life. And then I got used to it. And you know how long our winters are. They're 2-3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that. So I like that. I like that for here. The climate was a big factor. Part of the 10-year plan was to work hard, set up my reputation, be honest, work on people's cars, follow up with, keep my reputation up. And establishing your reputation, I established it in Tampa Bay, so I couldn't move after putting in all this work. So I was working out of the back of my car for a while, showing up at people's houses, engine swaps, wiring, base maps, everything at people's houses first. And that's how I did that for maybe 6 to 7 years for a while until stuff kind of moved into the next progression.
Man said never let his dreams be dreams.
That too.
That's what's up. I didn't know you had been doing it for that long.
It's been
like I said on the 7's Day podcast, first heard of you whenever you were just the pencil tuning part, didn't have the 813 performance part, and you were doing the tunes on the 7Ms.
7M.
So
Yeah, I did
when
one.
you were doing those, you were just doing those on the fly, just out the seat of your car.
Yeah. So one of the more popular ones that was known about was over at For the Performance, FTP. Shout out to Jonathan. Jonathan Andrews. He invited me over. There was a Supra there that was a 7M. He needed me to do cams, install a digital cam position sensor, stuff like that. Did all of that in a week and then make a wire harness for it. We agreed on a price. We agreed on everything. It showed up. It took a little bit longer because of whatever unforeseen issues as usual.
With wiring, for
With
sure.
wiring, yeah. So it was a ECU master, black ECU that the client had. And we did I added flex fuel sensor. I did the cam. I converted to the drift motion, digital cam angle sensor, from the VR sensor. Did all of that. Executed. Put the car in a dyno. 15 pounds. Something was wrong. We didn't have a boost controller, and that wasn't added. They didn't opt for a boost controller, but 15 pounds did 470 something. Customer was happy. He was happy. So.
Stock motor?
It was a stock bottom end, but just cams. I did the cam springs and retainers. Yeah, and that was pump gas, so that was kind of the limit for that setup. Where I stopped, yeah.
That much? Interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that car is still driving now somewhere. I don't know where it is. But.
I'm gonna guess they changed that those head gaskets and those head stuff.
I would hope so. I think it had head studs, so automatically I'd assume head gasket.
That's the. As far as I know, besides all the electrical stuff, gremlins in it, that is like the Achilles heel of that car.
It is. And seeing the head studs in there, I'm pretty sure they did. Oil pump, it has oiling issues.
Oh, yeah.
But outside of that, it worked. It worked well. I did a couple of others. I did another one for a gentleman from, I think, East Coast. He drove over one day. We did knock sensors, and that really taught me how far I could push those engines with like ignition timing and stuff. Because he had his knock sensors set up. I dialed them in a little more, and I could actively listen to knock, and I could also look on the data log to see knock. And on pump gas, I would think like where I was nowhere near the limit, and then I'd push it to the limit, and then see where it knocked, and then I'd pull it back down a few degrees, and it had a more of a tuning window than I thought. So that's the importance of sensors in that. But yeah, that 7M, they're pretty stout motors. They're just underrated, and
yeah,
I mean, nobody like why if the 2J exists and the 1J exists, why go back to a 7M? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But I got a little soft spot in my heart for a 7M.
Yeah,
So.
People do. I don't advise it, but
well, I mean, when you said you're making 470 off of what'd you say, cams and
just cams, springs, retainers, cams.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, you can get a 7M GTE car or Turbo Supra for people that aren't following. You can get a Turbo Supra Mark III for what? 10
Yes.
10 a good one.
Oh, I mean, there's one that runs and drive. I'm pretty sure back here for less than that, probably $5,000. Well, yeah.
Let me. We'll talk after this.
Yeah.
Lord knows I don't.
Yeah.
Lord knows.
Billy's like, yeah, man, get you a Supra, man, 7M. Yeah, dude.
But so a super clean one, like I said,
okay,
saying $10,000.
$10,000 something.
And you know what? Springs, retainers, and cams.
Good turbo manifold was on it. It wasn't stock turbo. It was an aftermarket turbo, but yeah.
Okay. Like CX Racing or like a
CX
good
Racing.
one.
CX Racing.
Racing
Yeah,
one?
it was it had no name on it.
Yeah, you're. I mean, $2,000 in, if that, and 470. That's not bad.
It's
Hell.
a six
Today's
cylinder.
money. That's not.
That's
bad.
not bad. Yeah, I mean, most 6-cylinders, most multi-cylinder, anything over a 4-cylinder, most of them in stock form will make it if you address the important stuff. Good fueling,
Yeah.
good
Oiling.
management, good oiling.
Oiling, yeah.
It'll go.
Cooling.
It'll go. Yeah.
But I guess the caveat to that is going with the EMU black or going with the aftermarket
Full
ECU.
standalone, yeah. That's what opens up the world to you.
Yeah. So I mean, still, you catch ECU Masters at, I don't know, Black Friday or something like that. Those EMU blacks are what, $1,000 to $1,500, something like that.
$1,100, $1,200.
Yeah. What tax and shipping?
With tax and shipping, yeah.
You're at right
So
at
it's not
15.
bad.
So you're at 3,500 and you're making close to 500 horsepower, and you didn't really do much.
You didn't really do much, yeah. You have to wrench on it yourself. You can't pay a shop for that.
Yeah, but
But yeah, I get your point. I get your
yeah,
point.
that's that. I mean, that surprises me.
The thing is, so here's one of the reasons why I was willing to take it even further. There are guys back in the day, when I was a kid, but there are guys who used to put them in boats and they'll put two 7M side by side and they would run them across the Caribbean Sea at wide open throttle for miles. It's wide open throttle and they will not blow up. And whenever they did blow up, take that out, throw the next one in.
Yeah,
But living through that, like that rigorous condition, I knew, all right, there's something going on here. And Toyota makes it. So if it's a Toyota product from the
that's
80s,
true.
70s, it's probably gonna be have some strength.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
learn something new there for sure.
Yeah, those guys, you wouldn't hear that story anywhere else because those guys would never speak of that story. But yeah.
Yeah, in America, like, as far as I know, people, like, the only people that are big upping the 7M is people that own it, people that have wrenched on it, dealt with it, that they've unlocked
Yeah.
those secrets or whatever. So they're not, and then they kind of like gatekeep it to like the group.
Yeah, and the big Supra guys, that they're big Supra shops here. I don't know if I can say shout out Induction because they're a staple in the community as well. Those guys been doing it before I was even in the game. I've known of them when I lived in Jamaica. You know, those guys, I don't know if they tune 7Ms or whatever. I'm sure they'll tune whatever you bring to them.
Yeah.
But the first thing they're doing is pulling that lump and putting a 2J in because there's an easier way. People don't torture. Like when there's love, and there is love, those guys do it with love too. But
Yeah.
when there's an easier path, nobody's taking the hard path.
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't even know if I'd say that's easier than. It all depends on what the client wants horsepower wise.
Yeah.
That's I guess that's where it starts. If they're not like, well, my cousin's uncle's big brother's baby mama's cousin has a big turbo Supra, and they are trying to like beat that guy.
Be that guy. Yeah.
If they're just trying to have what I call the optimal street horsepower number, which is 450, that's what I think is like the perfect chef's kiss.
I don't know. In Tampa, that's the perfect
It
number.
don't matter. I'm not that old, but like I'm past the age of like racing and doing crazy stuff on the street.
Myself, but Tampa is no joke, bro. Like the horsepower in the streets is crazy.
There's a lot of horsepower.
There's
out here.
a lot of horsepower in the street. Like I've had cars here on the dyno pump gas making 900 and change. I'm like,
Jeez.
I would have never known if I didn't have the dyno. I would have never known. I'd see this thing in the street, older gentleman driving it, and I'm like, and I'm not talking about no 8-cylinder, not that many cylinders. I'm like, that's a street car on pump gas, and he's like, all right, time to pour in race gas now.
Huh?
Like, there's more. There's
Kick it up a
This
notch.
is just in case I can't get to the race gas.
yeah, and then I mean, here I don't even document it. I don't post it. I've a handful 700-800 horsepower cars that I do, and I don't think anything special of it. I do the tune, make sure the car starts, make sure the car drives great, make sure everything is on point, and I just out the door. Never posted, never seen, never spoken of. Like I don't think anything of it because I know that there are 2,000 horsepower street cars in Tampa,
Yeah.
and I've seen them pull up here, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. No, like there's never a time when I'm gonna. I don't even want it
Why do you need 2,000 horsepower to go to
Yeah,
Publix?
for what?
because I have 2,000 horsepower, man. Like
I don't know, man.
it don't even make sense. Where are you gonna use it? But
You don't. That's why I say 4 to 450 is like is there. It's perfect. You can use that. It's fast enough to be fast, but slow enough for you to brake before a cop. if you're using 2,000 horsepower, 800, 1,000 horsepower, the way you're supposed to use it, and then you see red and blue lights,
You don't stop.
you don't
just
have
keep
enough
going.
brake. Yeah, you have to keep going.
You have to keep going.
You
You
have to
can't
keep
stop.
going.
And I'm not about
pray
that
they
life.
don't catch you.
I'm not about that life.
I'm not either. I got
Yes.
too much to live for.
That's it. I got too much to lose. So I don't
And then if you get away, you still got to take out another line of credit to replace axles, everything else
Yeah.
that goes with that, because
Yeah.
that's a lot of consumables at
Yeah.
2,000
Yes.
horsepower.
Yes.
You don't. A lot of people don't really understand that. Like,
the higher that number goes, is the more consumables.
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to be replacing lines. You're going to be replacing fittings. You're going to be replacing gaskets way more. You're going to be replacing a lot more.
Yeah, you're gone as that stock fuel tank.
Yeah.
You're on
Yeah.
fuel cell at that point.
Yeah.
Probably got a booster pump, and then another fuel pump, and then your AN fuel lines at that point. Like,
We do the standard here. So on everything that comes through the door, full fuel system on it. I mean, everybody gets a number in their head, and then if we achieve it too easily, they're like, "All right, we got to turn this up," and I have to give them the bad news. Hey, well, that's the limit of your lines, man. So
yeah,
everything comes through the door, you get a fuel system, because that's the number one issue that I see on the dyno. I hope that was not a question of yours.
no, it wasn't.
Okay, great.
It wasn't. But it's good. It's good information to let people know, because I mean, a lot of people think, okay, like Manny was just alluding to, like a lot of people just think horsepower and they just think engine. They don't think the rotational mass. They don't think even down to your brakes, your wheels and tires setup. Your
Those tires are cooked after going to
corner
Publix.
balancing. They don't think any of that other stuff. And yeah,
A lot of things will make the power one time too, once.
Yeah,
That's it, and it will make it power on the dyno. You drive it outside, and the road
Brake.
loads it different.
yep,
Done.
brake.
Yeah.
So 450, you probably don't see those problems.
No, honestly, no, not really. Especially in a 6-cylinder application, that's where they live forever.
So would you agree that 450 is the
My
it
number,
sounds like
my number is
1,000 horsepower?
No. For me, my daily, I'd drive a stock car anyway, but my daily driver number is 5 to 550. If it's a 6-cylinder, 5 to 550. If it's a 4-cylinder, 450 to 500. That's it.
I can respect it.
respectable.
Yeah, I can respect that for sure.
You on the top end, when you finally get it to hook and it's going, even if you have the right tires and everything, when you're going, bro, like a 4-cylinder making 500 horsepower is different from a 6-cylinder making 500.
Yeah, for sure.
It's aggressive. It's crazy. This thing, the Starlet, they can't see it, but the Starlet making 240 horsepower is,
Snappy.
it's uncanny. It's just stupid. And when you put a tire on it, it just goes.
Yep. That's how it felt when a lot of people bashed the Miata. I love Miatas personally. I'm super tall and I fit in the NA Miata perfectly, like a glove. And but my boosted one made 240, and it was a rocket ship.
Yeah.
I was beating on people, and like
a
I said,
stock
I
engine?
don't even race.
Was a stock 1.8?
Yeah, so it was an NA6 chassis. I swapped a 1.8 in it, and then
Yeah.
turbo kit. I think it was a CX Racing. It was like a kit that I got from the guy that sold me the car, because it was just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Boosted, yeah.
Yeah, it was during COVID, and so he was just like, everything was on sale, so
That's
I
when
bought
a
it.
lot of deals were. That's when a lot of deals were made. Boy.
Hard top with the roll cage in it, with brides or brid seats and all this other stuff. I was like, take this out, take this out, take this out. I made all my money back from all the
Selling
Parts.
crap that he had, and I was like, you don't need any of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, 240 on Boost Labs. Like, it was 2 Boost Labs turbos that I like put together, like the exhaust housing and then the front section. I wish I remember what it was, because if I get another Miata, I'm doing that again. It was so smooth. I mean, I know a lot of it's with the tuning too, but it was so smooth.
With the Miata, what I find is like 57 millimeter, 55 to 57 millimeter turbos. So Boost Lab 57X, BL 57X. Shout out to Kirk and the guys at Boost Lab. It's a snappy turbo, and it has room for growth, but it lights fast, and it's good for the 1.8, the small displacement, quick spool stuff. If you have a proper manifold on it, it goes.
Yeah.
I do a lot of Miatas. a lot of Miatas come here for tunes, and stock engines 250, maybe 230 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah,
Is
240 is where they just. I'm
That's
out.
where they're
See ya.
flying. Yeah. I've
See
had
ya.
some. I've had some making 300. I've had one make 400. Ridiculous.
That's
Yeah.
Gotta be
Stock
crazy.
block.
Stock block, but not internals. So rod pistons.
Okay, yeah.
Rod
Yeah,
pistons.
240 torque is around where those pistons just exit the chat. Ask me how I know.
I have not had any fail. However, I know, like, to keep it right there, 250 foot-pounds of torque, those rods don't like it, especially a hard-hitting 250.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you move it up in the rev range, then it's laggy and not fun. But if you
Yeah.
move it down, that's when the rods go out.
For sure. So you got pencil tuning across your chest, and that's where you started. Where did you get the name pencil tuning? Was it bestowed upon you, or did you just?
I was
And also, how many times do you get asked that
a lot.
on an occasion?
A lot.
Yeah, put it on record.
Yeah, so here it is on record. It's in Jamaica. I was searching for a name when I came here, and I was like, you know what? I have a friend that calls me Pencil. No matter how much I tell that man not to call me Pencil, he just calls me Pencil. So the name stuck, and it grew on me. I was like, whatever, it's Pencil. And shout out to Terry. He named me Pencil for whatever reason. I think he was looking at a video camera one day at his CCTV footage, and I walked into his building, and on the CCTV it's like really poor quality.
Yeah.
And looking back at it, I was wearing a yellow shirt with like khaki pants,
Looked like
with a red hat and a black shoes, but it looked like a pencil just walked in. So he came around the corner and he's like, yo, I knew I saw a pencil walk in. And ever since that day, it was a pencil.
That's got to be the uniform here.
Yep. It was never a uniform. It was just something I was wearing to school. And the name stuck from then. Everybody that knows him started calling me Pencil. And the name just stuck with me. So when I was here, I needed a name and I couldn't think of anything. It was either going to be Yardy this or Jamaican that, or I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So
Yardy.
yeah, I mean, it would attract a certain crowd. And I didn't want to attract a certain crowd. Not saying like, I don't know what crowd it would attract, but I know it's not the crowd I wanted.
Yeah.
So I opted to go with Pencil, and it was just random. It was catchy. And even Pencil, even for a while, I was like, yo, I don't think the pencil thing is going to work. And I didn't have a logo or anything. And my friend living in Barbados at the time, shout out to David, he created a logo, which is this logo. He was in a meeting, just doodling shit. And he created a logo and sent it to me. And he's like, oh, I did this today. And I was like, what? And I was like, I actually like that because the pencil was bent and it was like moving with the glasses on it. I was like, this is cool. And I just worked with it. So everything was bestowed upon me. The logo, it's just having good friends and good people in your circle.
That's when you know it's right.
Yep.
That's when you know it's right.
That's right after I decided to choose the name Pencil to go with.
Oh, it's made for it.
Yep.
Made for it.
Yep.
I think I first heard about you through, because I'm big into drifting. At least try to like follow everything through Clutch Kick PJ.
Clutch Kick PJ.
Yeah.
Supposed to be here today right now.
Really?
Oh, man.
Damn.
I told him I couldn't do it because I was busy.
Ah, well.
Shout out PJ. What's up?
What's up?
I've talked to him because he's the other black guy with a white chaser.
With a white chaser, yeah. I'm supposed to be doing his S14 today, tuning his S14.
So when I first met Manny, he thought I was him.
Oh no!
Because I was like on Instagram, but like, and anybody who knows me, I'm not really like on there like that.
No.
So like, I just knew he was a drifter around here, and I knew he had a chaser, and I knew like he was a black dude who drifts, and I'm like, oh, I gotta find this dude. I've only seen like his hands here and there.
Yeah,
and when he pulled up,
himself.
he pulled up in the chaser. I was like, could that be?
And you saw a PA, bro, not PJ. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Token.
PA, not
It was
PJ.
funny.
Yeah, so I don't know him, but I know that like I've seen videos of him like tuning here, and I was like, oh,
Yeah. PJ's good people.
Yeah.
I met him once at Seven's Day, actually.
Yeah.
He had the S13.
It's 13 there.
The white S13.
I love that car.
Oh, I love it too.
That car.
I love the Seal 80 front end.
Yep.
Does he still have it?
He does. He doesn't drive it much, but he does have it. It made some good power, and he just parked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Busy with life and stuff, I guess. But PJ's good people. Always the homie to tell me, yo, keep doing this, keep doing it, keep doing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from back then. So
That's what's up. It's a small world.
It is.
Small world where black guys and white chasers.
Yeah, that's true. Even smaller. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you happen to remember your first customer that let you tune their car? And how did that go?
Me, I was my first customer.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I bought a car specifically for that because before I even delved into it, I was reading up online every day, like for years. I reading up on different theories, reading up on different principles, like how the engine works, all that. Not really about tuning, but I wanted to know. I was already working on cars, but I wanted to know in depth how every system on a car worked. So how the fuel pump works. All right, it's going to convert electricity into movement, spin a brush on a motor with impellers, send fuel up through the lines, whatever. So I learned that system. I learned the cooling system. I learned every system up into the engine. Started with carburetors.
Nice.
Because
Man, this dude really started from the bottom. Most tuners or most people nowadays just carburetor.
nah.
They couldn't tell you anything about them.
So this was in Jamaica. The cars that I had were carbureted, so it would be equivalent to. You lived in Japan? Did you?
No.
All right, but you know the Daihatsu Miura?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So the Daihatsu Miura, we had the equivalent of it in Jamaica, which is called the Daihatsu Kori is what we call it, whatever. And it's a 3-cylinder 850cc engine. And I had another one which was 660cc turbo. And swapped them around, whatever, mix and match parts, did what I needed to do. Turbocharged the carbureted engine, which the carburetor does not like being turbocharged because it works.
No.
I can tell you coming from bikes, it's hard to do.
It's hard to do. So, it works on the Venturi principle. So
Yeah.
that's the principle it works on. You have an orifice and there's vacuum under here and it pulls. Yeah. So Venturi's principle, Bernoulli's law, stuff like that is what it works on. And I needed to turbocharge it. So sealed it up, put the turbocharger on top, and she's always listening.
Siri's always
She
listening.
knows what time it is. Yeah. So I did that and boosted it. And of course it leaked out everywhere. Fixed that, boosted it, and then added injector on top.
Right into it.
Yeah, just a single injector with a hose going to it.
Old school.
Wow.
Old school.
Yeah, and it wasn't on all the time because if it was on all the time, it would flood and it would never run.
Right.
Yeah.
So what'd you do? Like you just had to map it or like?
You map it with a hub switch. You know,
Okay.
what, hub switch from the water meth kit. Pull the hub switch out, so when it senses boost, it turns on. And you can
Interesting.
adjust it. So, all right, it has enough fuel up to 5 psi. And at that time, it wasn't a wideband. It was a narrowband that's just pepper lights just going bouncing around. And we did that and messed around more and more with it. Never blew up. Funny enough. But everything was wrong, but it was quick. It was fun, whatever. And moved here, had access to better stuff, whatever. And I wanted to start tuning, so I bought a Toyota Tercel with a
Oh boy.
1.5 liter turbocharged engine. Had Suzuki Vitara pistons in it with custom rods and whatever. Compression ratio was like 7-1. So you could run all the boosts, but the thing was moving.
Wow.
Yeah, so it had a Haltech on it. The only reason I bought it was because it had a Haltech on it. It looked good. It was a great car. Yeah.
Who has a Tercel with a?
Yeah, bro. Shout out to Andrew.
Who thinks to put Vitara
Pistons.
pistons
Same.
and rods?
It was a
in
Jamaican
it?
guy.
This is like the closest of like, I've got this to crush. I'm about to just take it all out. I wonder if this fits.
Yeah.
It fits.
Well,
all right.
yep.
So I guess it chips.
Bore it 0.5 millimeters over, and it fit. The rods. You had to use a custom bush in the wrist pin because the piston was a different bore. I think 19 millimeter, and the rod was 18, so you had to use a custom one to fill up the 1 millimeter thing. But it worked. It slapped together really easily. Anyway, tuned that for a while. Tune as far as I could go. It was on E85, so that starting tuning on E85 gives you a wide window, a safety margin.
Yeah.
Had ID 1000cc injectors already, so I had fuel for days.
Where is this car now?
I sold it, got it back, sold it again, got it back, sold it again. So I don't know where it's at now. But I eventually swapped a 20 valve into it, a 4A GE 20 valve.
Okay, so where's this motor now? Like, I'd love to like take that motor apart and just
I don't
see
know.
what it looks like.
So eventually, what happened? Eventually, cranked the boost up till it just couldn't go anymore, and it rod knocked. It rod knocked, and eventually it shut a rod out. And then I put a stock Tercel motor in 5E, and that thing with the with the stock engine with right compression ratio, I'm pretty sure it was making just by seat of the pants 320 somewhere there, because the Starlet is lighter than it, and the Starlet at 250 feels quick, but it was significantly quicker.
Wow.
And it was, that one was just a stock motor. Pull the head off. I put AutoZone head gasket, copper sprayed it. They don't make head studs for that engine. They make head bolts. ARP makes head bolts for them. Put those on, torque it down. It lived forever. I daily drove it. I beat on it, still practicing my tuning, doing whatever I needed to do, learning different theories, trying different stuff. Got the turbo to spool like 500 RPM sooner, getting my data. Like, so what I would use is the Gandhi bridge, right? So I lived right at the Gandhi bridge.
Test and tune.
Yeah, so I lived right at the Gandhi bridge, which is 2 minutes away. I lived there for 6 years. So the Gandhi bridge, I don't remember how much it is now, but it's like 2.7 miles one way, 3.1 miles the other way, I think it is. So I'd set the timer, and that would be my ignition map. After I tune out the fuel, if I get to the other side of the bridge and my mile per hour is higher, I know that it took the ignition. So I kind of did some stuff like to play around to just like get my own data, because I wasn't comfortable on a dyno. I didn't know where any dynos were to rent or whatever. And I kept doing that for a long time, for maybe 7 months. Wow. And the engine was just going, beat it literally every day. I'd beat it on this thing to work, come back home, tune all night, beat on it, would not die. Then one night, I was like, I don't think it can die. So I undid the wastegate. Undid the wastegate, and I got across that bridge crazy fast. I was like, all right. And I remember it clearly. It was a Friday night, and you know, back then you had to meet at the bridge.
Nights and shit, yeah.
Bro, everybody was out there looking, and I went in front of the bridge and I went, rhythm. And I went to launch it, and I went, rhythm, second gear. And by the time I hit third gear, the front of the car went boom. And I saw sparks and smoke everywhere, and everybody saw the car blow up in front of them. And I didn't even really care, because I was like, I bought this motor for $400, but that's embarrassing for the entire Gandhi to see this car.
There's a lot of people out there if you've ever been out to a Gandhi event.
Act. Every bad female in Tampa Bay was out there. You know what I'm saying?
I think we're far enough in.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're far enough in.
And I was like, yo, this is embarrassing. I called my brother. I was like, hey, I had a pickup truck at the time. I was like, yo, grab the truck and come pull me from the bridge. He's like, what do you mean at the bridge? I was like, yo, I blew up at the bridge. So he came, pulled me home, pulled the block out the next day. It cut the block in two. It cut the starter. It cut everything. I was like, that's what the sparks were. Because when the rod went in the starter, it sparked up because it had positive in it. And the car sat outside for a minute. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to put a 20 valve in it. And then I was like, nah, I'm going to build an engine. So I built a fully forged engine, bought cams. Cams were like $1,200 from Australia, custom made cams. I had them made to my specs for what I want.
This is still the Tercel
1.5. Because I was talking to some guys in Malta who had the record for the Starlet, the same motor, the 1.3, and those guys ran low 8s with theirs, 1.3 liter. Damn. I was like, I need to find out what cams they were running, and I did the port work on the head. Bought the same cams that I found the specs that they had. They finally gave it to me. Bought the same cams, everything from them, and then just sat in my living room. It was built, done, sat there for a year, and I was like, eventually I'll get to it. Never got to it. Parted it out, sold the head to some guy in Aruba, my boy in Aruba. Shout out, I don't remember his name. He's a pilot, and I sold the block to my boy Trevor, who, funny enough, was a staple in the Starlet community, and he's like known internationally for that. He used to do the wiring stuff and for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but yeah, that was it. I started tuning on that car. I was my first customer.
So at like no point were you like, did you ever look at it and like, this is a Tercel? What am I doing? Or
It's a
were
motor.
You were just goal driven. It didn't matter.
It's a motor.
The
That's all it was.
canvas on the outside.
Yeah.
You just cared about the motor.
It's a motor, and it taught me what I needed to know: how boost worked, how I learned boost control on that car. I learned troubleshooting on that car. I was driving it one day, and I bought the car like that, so there's no like clamp or zip tie to the map sensor on the ECU, and it popped off one day, bro. I spent it was like a 95-degree day, and I was on the side of the road for a minute trying to find why the car will not run right, bro. And I sat there and I was like, bro, the computer is not throwing any codes, nothing, but the car is just misfiring and rich as hell. I was like, and then I sat there and I was so hot, like dehydrated, no water, car couldn't move, and I'm just there down by I don't remember what the name of that island is, but whatever. I was down there and I was like, phew. I had the laptop with me and I opened it and the battery was about to die. And the last thing I saw was I start the car and it didn't pull a vacuum on the map sensor on the load. It didn't pull a vacuum. I was like, that's odd. And the battery died. And I was like, damn it. And I plugged I was like, but if it didn't pull a load, the map sensor isn't connected. And I went under there, started the car and I heard, I was like, got it. Pushed it on, car fired. I was like, boy, I beat the crap out of that car back home. I was like, never do this to me again. But it taught me what I needed to know. Yeah. It taught me boost control. It taught me how a Mac valve worked. It taught me I changed over the trigger system. At one point, I changed it from like crank mounted to cam mounted and changed it back to crank mounted. I did a lot with it. You know what I'm saying? And saw how it worked. Yeah.
That's good. That's a good learning experience.
Yeah, so I started out my own car, and then so I was my own first client. After that, I think Corey. Shout out to Corey. Corey had a 600 horsepower B series. We're working at Volkswagen off Gainesville, and I did a base map for him. And at this point, I didn't have the Tercel at this point. This was before I had the Tercel actually, and it was on Honda. Set up the base map. 1,000cc injectors, blah, 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 blah. The car would not run, bro. I'm like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And I even have a picture on my Instagram of me sitting there doing that he took. And turns out all was wrong. The map sensor on a Honda is the same plug as the TPS and they were swapped.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, every time I move the TPS, the map is going up. It's going up to boost. I couldn't figure it out. And Durf down in Fort Lauderdale was like, yo, looked at the base map and he's like, base map is fine. Swap the map and the TPS. Swap them around.
Simple.
Hell yeah.
So speaking of you blowing up the Tercel, one of your clients turned students, Mike, blew his FD up.
Yeah, he did.
Oh man, love you, Mike.
Mike, they're not laughing at you; they're laughing with you, bro.
With you, yeah. But with that, I know on Skeeter's thing, he was saying, Mike was saying that you gave him all the confidence to be able to tune.
I haven't watched that, but wow,
he said
to be able to tune the rotaries himself. I guess at what point did you realize, like, you know what, I got this, and I'm willing to share my knowledge with others? Because a lot of people, like I said earlier, will gatekeep, they'll keep information because information is money. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
it is. But I don't think the people who are going to tune the car themselves were going to come to you anyway. Or if
they were going to try to find it,
they're going to, and if they were going to come to you, they're going to trivialize what you do. So they weren't going to want it, bro. But you only did this, and now the car works. They're going to trivialize what you do. You don't want that client anyway. Mike is not that client. However, I do know that Mike has the aptitude to like learn what he's deep enough in rotaries to know.
Yeah.
Like Mike ain't building no rotary. He can, but he won't. Like, but I know, like, learning around cars, I've seen him make, like, he asked me specific questions. The questions that Mike asks, or anyone asks me, I can know their attitude towards, like, learning. So somebody asked me, instead of, how do you turn on this light? They don't ask me that. They'll be like, all right, so if I plug this light in, it should come on, right? And then before I could answer, they'd be like, no, it must have a switch to regulate. Now I know that they're thinking deeper than the surface, and somebody thinking deeper than the surface will figure it out. If I point them in the direction, it doesn't take anything from me, like, at all. Mike, since I've like spoken with Mike about tuning and things, he still called me to tune many cars.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with anyone else. I have Zay here. Say shout out to Taliban Zay, who's been there with me since I was in the back of my car working on cars. There are times I'm not here and he needs to base map a car or whatever, and he'll call me. He'll be like, "Hey, I'm doing this, but the car isn't responding," and I'll tell him something very specific, and he'll do it. Zay has not started a tuning business out of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me in that way where people would think it does, but no, it doesn't affect. And the game is big enough here in Tampa, just Tampa by itself, where the game is big enough where you'll have enough clients. It doesn't affect me. And clients don't only look at your ability to tune or how much horsepower you make. They want certain things that only I offer, that only Mike offer, that only anybody else offers.
Yeah. Everyone has their specialty. Everyone has their niche. Everyone has their it factor.
Yeah.
You know, that makes them.
Yeah, like here, I can say specifically, if you come here with a car, say for instance, you drove from Fort Lauderdale to come here to tune, which I've had multiple times, and the car dies. And it's something that's within I budgeted 4 hours to start from where your car is. I already sent you a base map and everything. From where your car is, I budgeted 4 hours off my day to get your car running. But you came all this way and now your injectors are failing. And I know I can make a call, get some injectors, swap your injectors out, tune your car. I'm just going to do that. And people will come to me for that. Another tuner may say no. It's not that he's doing anything wrong. It's like he understands why he said no. That's not his thing. So people will come to me for that. They'll go to the other tuner for something else. Whatever works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That is very true. So another question for you. Since you've been naming off some of these JDM cars that like people in America, I find it interesting that a lot of people in America are like, yeah, I know cars. They know Supra. They know FD. They know
the legends.
The legends essentially.
The poster cars.
But even like when we were at Seven's Day and you were like, is that a Suzu blah, 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 blah. Especially being from Jamaica where there's cars there that we don't get here. What's a JDM car that you think doesn't get the credit that it deserves?
JDM car, the Daihatsu Myra. That's one. That's a small 3-cylinder JDM Legend. It comes with independent suspension all the way around.
Oh,
IRS. They come in all-wheel drive variant as well. It's a 660cc turbocharged, 850cc non-turbo, 660 non-turbo. All those engines. It's in a small package. If you can afford one, it's really cheap. Mighty Car Mods, those guys.
Yeah.
They've done a few of them. Those guys.
I'm wondering if that's the same car that Jimmy Oaks had. It looks like does it look like a Toyota? Man, I can't remember what that model is.
But it's a really tiny
come
K
back to
car.
it.
It's the Starlet would be 2 times the size.
Oh, okay.
It's a K
never
car.
mind.
Yeah, it's really small.
I was gonna say I've never heard of it. So
Yeah, it's I saw one on Marketplace the other day and I was tempted. It was like $4,000 for it, and it was a turbo version too. But I was just like, I'll get blown off I-4 with that thing. But they're really, really fun. Like those cars are so much fun, and they're cheap and easy to work on. So to pull the motor out is a few minutes, and you pull the entire front off and pull the motor forward.
Oh, nice.
Like you can, it's a motorcycle.
like a
Yeah,
BMW.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the
With
motor
that.
is this big.
I was gonna say I got a 3-cylinder 850. I got a 3-cylinder 750 bike in my shop
you go.
right now. That's
And
like
they're
a
rev
bike.
too. So the
Yeah.
thing is about
They
them,
rev
they're
high?
fun. Yeah, they rev high.
Oh, you got to. That's something
Yeah,
that's small.
Yeah, you have to. So the stroke is about this big. So that piston is moving.
So what's that, like 11,
In factory form, I'm pretty sure they go to 9,500.
95?
But
Oh,
they'll
okay.
spool small turbos. Like a T28 is a huge upgrade on one. You know what I'm saying? But
Damn.
at 660cc making 200 horsepower is nothing to sneeze at. They move. And around Tampa Bay, they would be perfect. That's one JDM Legend that doesn't get much attention. Another would be Toyota Starlet, sitting right here. That little 1.3 liter motor. It's a 1.3 turbo. I think it had the record for like cylinder, piston engine. So it's a 1.3 liter piston engine that ran 8s way back when. the guys over in Malta, Zisco Performance. They ran 8.3 or something like that out of a 1.3. That's crazy. Guys in Jamaica are running nines with them. Shout out to Courtney Specs. Puffy Puffy did 10-1 way back in 2007 on a 1.3 liter. It's crazy to think about. And then parts, the Tercel stateside, you have the Tercel, which is a 1.5 liter, which is a stroked up version. It's the exact same motor, just a taller deck height. So you can put a bigger motor in there, which has the exact same footprint. It's a 1.5. So they're unsung heroes. Stock transmissions support up to 400 horsepower.
Damn.
400 or 500 horsepower.
That's wild.
You don't even have to upgrade that. That's a win.
That is a win.
Yeah.
Starlets in Puerto Rico, they put rotaries in them and they fly.
Yeah. So the rear wheel drive started. So everything pre 87 is going to be rear wheel drive.
Yep.
That's the KP.
That's the old models,
Yeah. So KP chassis, and then after that it was the EP. So you had the EP 71, and then the Turbo S, which is also EP 71, EP 82, which is what's sitting right here, and then the EP 90. EP 90, I think the Glanza S. But all the EP chassis had the same engine, E series, hence the EP, the E in the EP.
Gotcha.
1.3 liter turbo is what they came with. None of them came with a 1.5 that I know of. Yeah.
That's pretty dope. Get a nice little history lesson.
Yeah, I love it.
Nice. There are lots of other JDM cars that we mess with, especially in Jamaica. But in just general, I read a lot. I used to read a lot. So there are quite a few cars out there that I love. But yeah, we could go all day on cars, on those cars.
Okay. So one thing that you reference a lot, I'm noticing, is like track times. Or not track times.
Drag time.
Drag times, my bad. So when your customers come here, are they looking for like a drag car? Are they looking for a track weapon? Are they looking for
Pops and bangs for the
pops
for the
and
tune?
bangs, the BMW brothers?
All right, so fair question. That's a good question. Majority of my customers are street cars, street guys who track their cars sometime. So they have a lot of them are, so when it comes to motorsport, a lot of my customers are either drift customers or street and drift. The majority of them. Drag cars, maybe a handful. I don't have a lot of drag customers. I like drag just because I get to race a metric. I get to race time. I get to see results against time. I can see improvements over time.
Yeah, in a shorter amount of time too,
Yes.
versus a full like track lap.
Exactly. So imagine spending more money to go like for a shorter time. Stupid, but hey, nothing we can do about that. But
That's racing.
yeah, that's
a
racing. Then circuit is my love. It's an expensive motorsport. If you're doing like real circuit racing, it gets super expensive. Suspension setup, the fuels that you have to run, because some fuels aren't allowed. It's an expensive discipline.
You been to Sebring?
Sebring, I have not been, no. But I've tuned up, funny enough, maybe 10 Sebring Miatas. Yeah, Miatas are definitely
Known there.
yeah. I've done a Sebring BMW as well.
E36.
E36, yes, BMW.
Yeah, those are the perfect. E46. You got a lot of those. Was it rear suspension where it just kind of pulls out from the rear subframe, just pulls out from
The chassis.
Yep, especially the M3.
God.
Yeah, E36. E30 and E36 are like the best. E30 for the looks. E36, I mean, the looks look great too, but E36 motor and the E30, that's a cheat code.
That's the cheat code
right there.
Yeah, the one I did was making like almost 300 and all motor, and it was a stock motor with just ITBs, and that's crazy.
They do sound great with ITBs.
Crazy.
I had a E36 M3 and I loved it. It
was lethal.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like super fast or anything, but like it just felt raw.
Yeah. That raw driving.
For sure. All right, we're going to take a quick little break, and then we're going to hit Neil with this lightning round. So, once again, this has been Neil from Pencil Tuning. Got my boy Manny. And
right
last
back.
but not least, myself. We're going to take a break, buy some merch, and we'll be back. What's up, everybody? It's your boy P.A from the Cafe Moto Podcast. I just want to say thank you so much for watching the video this far. And if you haven't cut off yet, this is the part where, you know what I mean, we plug a little bit of merch. So we got the Cafe Moto 7's Day shirt that we rock at 7's Day, an exclusive $25. We've also got some hats on the site as well. So go to theshopxpa.com. That's www.theshopxpa.com. Cop some merch. Please help us as we are trying to get some more equipment, trying to do some more stuff for the Tampa Bay area, and get some more podcast episodes out for you guys. So yep, theshopxpa.com, get some merch, and thank you again. All right, peace. You. So we are back with the legend himself, and we're about to hit him with this lightning round.
Well, let's do the 10K first. So the 10 fuck you and 10.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do our traditional.
Yeah, we'll ask you these two questions, and that'll get you prepared for this lightning round. You ready?
Let's go.
All right. So you got 10K. What are you buying and building with that 10K? One car.
I did that recently. FRS.
Oh, that's the first. Okay.
The 10K buys and build it.
Mm-hmm. Everything.
Okay, so 10K buy it. I do the labor myself. LS swap. Boom.
Easy
Easy money. You got fuck you money. What are you buying?
Countach.
Yeah, Countach. Interesting.
Yes.
This man is a man of taste.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I can exactly that is what would be said when I pull up.
An FRS, a LS swap FRS, and a Countach.
That's it.
I can't say that I'm mad at that. He's kind of thrown me off a bit. It's like usually when we do this, we do like your inspire, and like we kind of answer what we think that, you know what I'm saying?
Based off of you.
Yeah,
If we were to get a car based off of you.
What do you get?
Yeah, so Manny gets to start first.
Oh, damn. Well, for 10K, shout out my cousin Kiko. I'm getting a Tercel for sure.
So, okay.
Because I had a lot of fun in the Tercel back in the day with my cousin. As far as build, I'm not sure. I'd probably do the real Puerto Rican thing and put some Venza wheels on it and huge sound system. I probably wouldn't even go performance. But I'll have to talk to Neil over here to figure out what to do with that motor.
10K for me. I feel like I've said Super already, so I'll go Starlet.
Okay.
Definitely do Starlet, and I'm learning more about the platform from listening to Neil. So once again, I'd probably talk to him to find out. Or you know what, Pulsar GTR. Yeah, I'll go to Pulsar.
All right.
It's like a Starlet, but since you've talked about Starlets already, try to do something different. And it's Nissan.
Yeah.
What about your fuck you car? Go.
Fuck you.
Based on Neil's Countach. Nah.
Based on Neil's Countach. Something is telling me to say whatever the top of the line GTR is.
GTR?
33.
Which
it would be for me, it has to be a 33.
All right.
But whatever. A Hako.
Hako.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
They cost.
RB26 swapped Hako.
I'm going to do a full tube chassis S15 with a 2J. I'll bill it just so I can drift. But I'm going to spend like $250,000 on it.
Yeah.
I think I'll be flying. LZ.
I know your heart lays with the S chassis. So.
I love the S chassis, man. S15 is.
Oh man, I do an S15 with 7 M's.
Get the. Close the bruh. I was gonna say shout out Dimitri. Yo.
Just to piss Neil off because I got the money to do it and hire him to do it.
And I would do it too. I'd be like, this is dumb, but whatever. Let's make this harness.
Oh man,
Let's see how we can predate this.
that would be hilarious to go back.
I'll install the electrical issues.
I like that.
Yo, that'd be hilarious. That would be fuck you.
Yep.
That would be
That's the
fuck you, buddy.
meaning of it.
Yep.
Oh, maybe we need to look at it like from that perspective. That's funny. All right, so you warmed up. You good?
That's right.
All
Lightning,
right, so
lightning.
round. Lightning. All right.
Real bad man.
How many children do you have?
23 baby mother.
22 baby mother.
Oh man.
Real
All right,
bad
so
man.
the first question: Dino Jet or Dino Pack?
Dynajit.
Second question. Ugliest car.
French 3-wheelers. I don't know what they are.
That's solid. That's
All
solid. Best motor.
SR20.
Worst motor.
SR20.
JDM or Euro or domestic?
JDM forever.
JDM forever. Buju or Movado.
Bojo.
All right.
Agamel.
All right. Dream job.
Not working. I don't dream about jobs.
Touche.
I like that. AutoZone, Advance, or O'Reilly's.
AutoZone. Shout out Scott.
All right.
Really bad.
That's my commercial guy. Hooks it up every time.
All right. Least favorite car term that people use.
Built.
We agree.
Yeah, we've had a
Built.
couple answers like that. Yeah.
Was that Mike's answer? Built?
I think, yeah, because he said, sorry, Billy.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I gotta get rid of built. Stage. Stage 3.
Solid. Oh my goodness.
Neil, do you do a stage 3 tune? I get that question so often.
Last question. Your Mount Rushmore of cars. That's 4.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore of cars. GTR. 34 GTR.
See, I was there.
You're close.
I was there.
Yeah. The MK4 Supra.
Yeah.
G80 BMW. And a Porsche. Not the GT3 RS, the other one. Turbo version to that. My brain's 911 Turbo.
Okay. Well, that's been the lightning round.
You passed.
You answered them all pretty quick.
Oh.
It's not that bad. Not that bad.
Not that bad. That Buju question though. I don't know. I don't know. We got to roll the tape back on that. So, being a shop owner and both the business and the tuning, kind of go hand in hand. But what's one tool that you could not live without?
Cell phone. Cell phone is the tool I couldn't live without because, a lot of the times I don't have certain tools. Like if I needed a specific tool for a specific job and I knew Full Detail had it, I could pick up that phone and I could call Full Detail and say, hey, can I borrow this for this job? I'll have it back to you by tomorrow at 2. And
Nice.
chances are he'll
Solid.
say yes.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
smart
Definitely
ass.
thought he was going to go with YouTube University or Google with that. But
I actually don't watch a lot of YouTube for
man.
work. I read. I rather reading, so I'd rather read the PDF or something for a system and then figure out how it works and then go fix it. But hardly ever do I look at how to remove this, or hardly ever. Yeah, I kind of come up with my own strategy when I read or look at something.
makes
Not
sense.
saying that doesn't work. It works for a lot of people. It's just not my forte.
Okay.
That's a good answer, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's a tuning myth that drives you crazy? Drives you nuts?
More timing equals more power. Absolutely not. It does not.
It's not how that works.
That is not how it
You
works.
just
Nowhere close.
more
Throw some timing.
and then you just all you hear is throw some timing at it and page up, page up,
Yep.
page up.
The
Throw a little
right timing makes the right amount of power. the right timing is correct, but more timing isn't more power at all.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
Don't come over here talking that
Yeah.
No.
that time and shit.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. Go on now. Get.
Now I know like a lot of people don't really like to talk about it, so don't feel like you have to talk about it. But what kind of like goals have you set? We've already heard you talk about your 10-year plan, coming over here doing all that. Like, what do you have any other goals like past that, or like what you really want to do next? Or
There goes past it, way past it. However, I won't divulge too much, just because that's how the universe works. That's how life works.
yeah.
Speaking it into existence is one thing, but speaking about it, kind of, you need to realize it before you speak about it. But definitely one of the goals is, I like how, like, not to mention them, but Full Detail is like a yoke in the industry, how he brings everybody together. That's one of my goals, where the industry is symbiotic, or not necessarily symbiotic, but we share with each other. So we're not living off each other, but we can help grow each other. In like Tampa Bay is right now is ground zero for performance in America. Like, in my opinion, there's what's that big it's a big shop that does all the Vipers.
I don't know.
It's
That's
the
not
biggest.
something I'm interested
it's
in.
a
So.
Hennessy.
the next one. It's the next one. But anyway, they're like the biggest name in Vipers, and they're moving to Tampa right now. They shut down their building, which has been open since.
Do you know where they're from?
They're from Texas. I think they're.
I was about to say Viper. That's either Tennessee, Texas.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Arkansas
Hennessy is
or
in
something.
Texas too.
Yeah. But it's not Hennessy. It's the other one. But they're moving here now, and that's a big shop that's moving here. Then we had stick shift guy in the quarter mile, Orange Band Supra. What is the name?
You talking about Kyle?
No. Well, he moved here as well. But
Yeah.
a lot of people are moving to Tampa and its surroundings. It's big. And something big is coming. I don't know what it is. But I want to be here for it. And these companies coming here, we have 316 speed locally. I mean, they're a different realm. I can't compare myself with them. However, they're here in the industry. We have proven power around. Although they're doing motorcycles, we have so many shops around here that are great and doing good work, that I want the entire industry, that we're now, it's raising the standard of the industry. So if I would shortcut something, not saying that I ever would, but I would think twice. Every shop around would think twice about shortcutting something, giving bad service, blocking this client, that ripping somebody off, stuff like that. We hold each other accountable, and we have a standard now where
Where was this at when Z Fever?
yo,
Yeah, I don't care.
they're still there.
Bullet.
But
I personally have my own beef with them.
heard that.
Yeah.
No, you're not the only one in that. But we all need to hold each other accountable to some level, and raising the industry overall. So the chances of a customer getting ripped off, robbed for no reason at all, it shouldn't happen. And you'd know, because word travels in the industry. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And if we all have a level of respect around the industry, then we won't tolerate that. Like, you see, Sevens Day, Zubin Performance were there. BMW Tampa Boost was there.
Yeah, the shop across. Yeah,
813 was there. Pencil Tuning was there.
shut up.
CAFEMOTOPOD was there. Like, all these guys are in the industry, and it was just a good vibe. Nobody was beefing with nobody. We were setting up our tent. Some dudes that I don't even know that had another tent came over and helped us set up the tent and help us set up everything. That's the kind of industry that I'm looking for, or looking to be in, and I'll contribute what I can to make sure maintain that. I mean, not everybody's gonna cooperate. Not every time we're gonna get along.
Yeah.
But if we all have that mindset, then the industry will be better. That's it. And the customers benefit from this.
Yeah, for
Essentially.
sure.
Yeah.
It's an ecosystem.
It's an
essentially.
ecosystem, yeah.
That's the best way to put it. And
Now is the time that we're creating this ecosystem.
yeah. What's wild is like there's a new guy that I have. Is that the guy? Is that the man?
Oh man.
I don't see anybody, but I can't see past that corner. Hey,
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
Legend.
Wow, I wish we had a camera on a swivel right now. Wow, speak of the devil.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the egg white and the yolk, and this guy walks in the yolk of the industry.
It's like he heard.
Yep.
It's like he heard it. But yeah, I got a new guy at work, and he has like a Ford Edge, I think it is, like the SUV, but it's like
Maverick.
the Edge.
Oh, no. Oh, the Edge, yeah, SUV.
Like Edge ST or something like that. I didn't even know they made those. And he was talking about wanting a project car, and I was like, "You're in the right place." And he's talking about Honda or DSM, and I'm like, "Oh well, you can go S1 build. You can go DSM." I was like, "You can go with dang it, why am I drawing a blank?" He was in Clearwater. His name's Amit.
Amit. Yeah, shout out to Amit, ARH.
Yeah, ARH. Yeah. That's a homie. That's a homie.
Never met him in person, but we've spoken many
Really?
times. But yeah, Amit's cool.
There's been a couple times where I've like went to his shop and just talked.
Yeah,
He
sent me
a
clients.
far drive too.
Yeah, he sent me clients multiple times. But Amit is cool and good people too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, you can go with them. He brought up Nissan stuff, and I talked to him about Z32, and I was like, you can go full detail.
Hell yeah! Don't send him to me.
If you're trying to do tuning or something like that, and I had name dropped you, and I was like, we're doing a podcast with him today, but like realizing it or thinking about that conversation earlier today, and then you just kind of bringing it full circle. It's just, it is a testament to essentially what you're saying, and not a shameless plug. I mean, we want to be a part of it too in our own way. I'm not opening up a shop. Manny ain't opening up a shop.
yeah, my shop is personal, baby.
Yeah, but it is nice for me to have like Mike's number, or whatever, and be like, if Mike answers, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
But like, if I have a question or something like that, or even not even shop wise, but like, it's nice to be able to have the amount of friends with cool cars to have an event, or not even have an event, have like a cookout, which what we've done, have a cookout, and it looks like an event.
It looks like an event. And the good thing is you can call all of those shops' name and have no qualms about, oh, this guy's gonna probably rip you off.
Yeah.
Like you can say, yo, you can hit up Full Detail and he'll handle the work for you, whatever, and know that, hey, that they're not gonna try ripping this guy off, sell him snake oil or whatever the hell it is, oversell his abilities, whatever. Yeah, that's that means a lot to me, and I respect that, and I try to honor that too, because for somebody to be able to say my name and not think about, oh, Neil's gonna rip him off, that's really the standard that was part of my 10-year plan. Create a reputation where people are gonna say crap and whatever, but they will never say Neil robbed me. They'll never say Neil tried to do XYZ that was unshady, like shady business. I maintain that.
Yeah, because I mean, that at the end of the day, that you can do 10 things right and one thing wrong, and they are going to remember you for that one thing wrong. That's it.
Your reputation is gone with one thing. My mother and father taught me that. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Rowe. But yeah, your reputation precedes you in many things. My name is spoken in many rooms that I'm not in. And I mean, what people say is none of my business, whatever. But I don't want that conversation to always be, oh, Neil is a ripoff, Neil is this. And the people who associate with Neil is that. I take that very seriously. Before that, I'm in business for profit, don't get it wrong. But at the end of the day, I'd rather not do business than do business that way for a profit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's something I tell everyone. A car dealer in that small town of Goldsboro, North Carolina. At this point, I feel like I need to take Manny to Goldsboro.
I'm just gonna have to go.
I literally want to go to Goldsboro, bro.
We need to do a drive up there. Just get everybody with their cars and drive.
People know I don't drive more than 30 minutes, but yeah.
One person that will not go back to Goldsboro is
Mike.
But one of the things that dealer told me, which is, it's weird because it came from a dealer, but we have to make money, but we don't have to make it all off of you. That is like the truest, wisest thing that, one of the truest, wisest things that I've ever heard, and like two, that it came from him, of all people. And I didn't buy anything that day. but still, like the words. I mean, it holds true to me, and it's 14 years later. You know what I mean?
Damn.
I'm still quoting what he told me.
What kind of cars was he selling?
It was a Dodge dealer. I think I was looking at a Genesis Coupe.
Yeah.
No. I looked at a Genesis Coupe, and he was just like, bro, you're like 19.
He was trying to rip you off.
However old I was at the time. It's like, nah, you can't, your credit, the way your credit is set up, you have to check it in the savings.
Say, I got a car for you over here, bro. Your credit score on the side.
Now,
398.
he did turn me to they weren't around at the time. He turned me to a Civic Si.
Yeah, that's
and I was like, I want no damn Honda. And that was me being naive and not even naive. That's me being judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I still probably wouldn't have bought it at all, but it would have been a lot better than what I did buy.
What did you buy?
Ask me what I bought. I'm glad that you asked me. I bought a Hood Hellcat. I bought an Altima.
300.
Bro.
Oh, I thought it was a 300C.
Nah, Altima, man. They're the Hood Hellcats, bro.
Damn, them
Altima,
things fly though.
The fastest car on the road.
I'm telling you, bro.
If you don't believe it, go suck your. Yo, those have to be the fastest car.
Was it a
on the
V6 or the four cylinder?
road. It was V6. Yeah,
V6? Yeah, man, them things fly.
Yeah.
Things fly.
Well, just to go back, I know real quick, we have, I guess, similar goals then, because, you know, we've been going around meeting people, and that's kind of like our goal too, is just trying to go back. And he said ecosystem, and that just reminded me of a story I haven't gotten to tell on here yet. I told it on Mike's
perfect.
original podcast.
I'm ready to hear.
I told it on Mike's original podcast that we did, but
Got lost in the tapes.
we're not going to talk about that. So I'll say it
It's a
here.
dark time in Cafe Moto history. We all start somewhere.
But so this is like one of the only wise things I ever learned and say. But for the longest time, you know, the Amazon rainforest is massive, right? Mm-hmm. And from above, from a plane, all you can see is the canopy, the trees. And for the longest time, scientists, everybody thought that the trees were fighting to get to the top to get more to get more sunlight. And everybody thought that's why the trees were so tall and that's why they're so massive for the longest time. But the recent modern science or whatever determined that all of the trees underneath in the roots are all sharing nutrients, passing along everything. So like if we work together and if we create that ecosystem, we could be a damn Amazon and not Jeff Bezos style. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like
I don't mind being that Amazon though. What's up?
Yeah, I mean,
Jeff.
I'll take that paycheck, but
Yeah, for sure.
Jeff, if
But,
you need
I
someone
mean,
to run the Tampa location,
In a sense, that's how that Amazon is too. I mean,
it is.
it was more so a Lil Wayne reference, get with it or get gone. Like people had to get with like, all right, I got to sell my stuff on Amazon because no one is finding it any other way, or people go to Amazon first. So
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, we all share.
Danny, shout out to Danny. That man is on Amazon every day. Amazon on Marketplace, bro. That man can, if you want to burn $800,000 in one day, just give it to Danny and just be like, yo, Amazon on Marketplace.
Perfect.
he's already got everything
easy enough
saved.
to
He
do.
just goes to his saved.
Yep. But those are wise words. I never even thought of that. They share roots.
Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
that's science.
Yeah, so I might not have the setup to go to the top, but somebody else who has the setup to go to the top can feed me at this level. So Mike might take on 400 cars and he can take on 400 cars, but at some point he can be like, hey, I'm at my limit for 400 cars. You have 30 and that's my limit. And that's enough to feed me too, because I'm a tree that needs to be fed and 30 is all I need.
Yeah,
That works. That's crazy. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah.
I had to put it out there somewhere because missed the opportunity the first
This
time.
was the right time, I think.
Yeah.
That's been our Manny Minute.
Manny Minute. I love that.
So we'll kind of end it here on this one question, unless Manny has another one. What would you tell someone who wants to get into tuning?
Study every system on a car. So break each individual system down, get to know the system very well. Because when it comes to tuning, manipulating software and all of that is one thing. You can learn the software. But if you don't know what you're controlling, then it won't make any sense. So But I would tell them, study every system, get to know it inside out, and then you will be able to modify, manipulate it however you want. As I showed earlier, before I ever hooked up a computer to a car, we had injectors spraying in fuel. We're backing off distributors to retard timing for boost, stuff like that. So we understood how the system worked, but we didn't have the software or the interface to control it. So when you understand the system fully, I don't remember who said it. I think it's Albert Einstein. If you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it well enough. If you can explain any system in a car simply, study the system until you can. And when you can, then you will learn the software a lot easier because different softwares have different terminology.
Yeah.
But when you understand what it does, it doesn't matter what the terminology is. I jumped between today I jumped between Cobb, ECU Master, and Link seamlessly. I can only do that because I understand what they're controlling. Each system is controlling. So that's it. Understand every system, and then you can move into whatever. You can choose your favorite ECU that you like, and you'll get into tuning. That's it.
Wise words.
Yeah. Wise
Learn,
words for sure.
learn, education.
Learn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, granted, I don't tune at all, but I would say to add to that, time. Because, I mean, we're in a microwave society, essentially, where everyone wants things from, like, right here. They want them quick. YouTube University, which there's nothing wrong with it, like you said. I mean, I'm guilty of making videos on YouTube for how-tos, but I took the time. So I feel like I'm able to do that. I bumped my head a couple of times to learn something. So, you know, but a lot of times you need time, and don't try to rush it, because when you rush it, you're going to hurt yourself or hurt someone else, especially tuning something.
There's no shortcut against the formula. The formula works. Invest time, you get the outcome. Like, that's it.
For sure.
I like it.
Yeah. Did you have another question, Manny?
No, I'm good. You answered all my questions.
You got a question for us?
Yeah. What's the goal for Cafe Moto
Ooh.
podcast? That's where I want to see.
Well,
I don't know if you can speak about that, but
well, I kind of mentioned it earlier, you know, trying to bring the community together, really talk to people who don't really get a chance to speak that much, or that a lot of people know but don't, you know too well. Like you know yourself, your name gets thrown out there a lot, but I'm sure nobody's really.
I don't really speak much.
So we do want to speak to a lot of people, a lot of different people, like officials at tracks that don't really get a voice, or you know, they don't get a thank you for a lot of the work they do just things like that, and mainly focus on Tampa Bay.
Yeah, there's enough here. There's literally enough here to do that.
Yeah. To add on to that, like what Manny was saying, that was one of the first things that we talked about, was being able to tell the untold stories. Like, I hate to use this as a comparison, but think about, let's say, think about him, right? All of the people while this man is away in jail, how many people came out with stories?
A lot of people.
A lot of people came out with stories. I don't care about him. I want to know their stories. So those are the people that, like, unless what happened to him happened, no one would have thought about them. This is just the lube getter. This is just the cleaner. This is just that. But, like, the stuff that dude's probably seen is a gold mine. You know what I mean? And it's not even like getting into someone's business or whatever, that kind of messy thing. Yeah. There's just a lot of people, and I think I said it with Brandon. When he said, why do you do the podcast or something like that? And I was like, well, I don't think as many people know the people that I know, or I don't think people know as many people that I know, or something like that. And I didn't mean that as in, like, I know everyone, but I meant that in a sense of, like, I don't necessarily care about the biggest part of it. Like, the car is cool, but who made that car?
Yeah.
Who made it that fast? How did they make it that fast? What parts did they use? And of course, that person's going to be like, I'm glad someone asked. I've been waiting to tell someone, you know what I mean? Like, you never know. And there's a lot of people that don't want to talk because the camera aspect of it, which I think we're gonna do like a camera-less version.
Camera-less version,
You know, where it's just audio. And
I'm
that
not a big
might
fan of cameras myself, but yeah.
that might make it easier for them to speak. But like, you know, the amount of stories that people have is wild.
It is.
So
It is wild.
yeah. So we want to be the number one. Because I mean, we're competitive too. Want to be the number one, the go-to, like that event at Mike's. That's the first time we ever did I mean, it was edited at the end, but like a live podcast.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was nervous because of the music playing.
There was a lot of
that.
factors.
For these people, they don't know how loud it was. You know what I mean?
That's true,
like they have no idea how loud it was.
That's true.
Shout out to Mike for letting us do that though.
Yeah.
Because that was a shot in the dark. We didn't know if it was going to work.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's yoke, man.
Yeah. And I would, like he said, the yoke part, like he was definitely like, man, it'd be cool if y'all did it. And I kept saying, oh, I don't know, copyright, this and that. Well, you know, technology today has came a long way. You should be
That's
able
a
to.
Mike thing to say, bro. He put me on a dyno in front of a crowd. I'm like, bro, I don't tune in front of crowds, man. He's like, it would be cool if you did. He said the same thing to me, bro. I was like, technology, gonna put that block back together? Come on, man. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So to be able to do things like that, to be able to be invited out to stuff, I don't think I really want to be famous, but like,
You want to be at present.
yeah.
And be present.
And the big thing, like you said, with the reputation part, like I wanted to have a reputation of being fair, of just being around, being present. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Funny.
the goal.
I've never told anybody, but so maybe before I started the shop 10 years ago, 9 years ago, I wanted to go around Tampa to all the shops that were around at the time. And just because I know that Tampa has a lot of history, and I wanted to just go and interview different people around. It's always something I've wanted to do. And then you guys started doing it. And I'm like, yeah, I was going to do it a little bit different. It wouldn't be podcast, but I was just going to go like literally, not really like the news, but just to film different shops. Not necessarily what they're doing, working on actively, but talk about their history. Some stuff that people have done around here. There's lots of history here in Tampa Bay.
That's for sure.
XAT Racing. And this is all from reading about these guys. XAT Racing, Secret Service, they're not around anymore. There is a lot of these guys are OGs in a lot of stuff, pioneers in a lot of stuff, and did a lot of stuff from way back then that we don't even know about, but there are people still around that can speak about it.
XATs in Tampa?
They were right here on Hillsborough by 50th, but they're not anymore. They're now in Sarasota.
Oh, okay. I think they make ITBs for the 1UZ.
Yes, they do.
All right.
They do, and
That's how I know
adapter
them.
plates too.
Interesting.
Yeah, but they started here in Tampa. That's a Tampa company.
Yeah.
That makes
Or
me want it even
things
better.
like Boost Lab.
Yeah, Boost Lab.
Yeah, TampaRacing.com. The forum.
Yes, I forgot to ask you.
Yeah,
I've been asking
he has been
everybody
asking that question.
because I was on it every day back in the day, and I'm like trying to find people who were on it like I was.
So in my quest, maybe 15 years ago.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, to find information, I came across it. This is when living in Jamaica. I never had any plans of living in America. Came across Tampa Racing. That's how big that is.
Yeah.
But in Jamaica, we had wheelsjamaica.com, which is a huge resource. So it was a fully documented website, pictures and everything. And it was by cars by make, and then submodels, and then wiring, diagrams, mods that get done, everything in every subcategory, all the way down. Super organized, and it was great.
And it's still around?
No.
Damn.
Unfortunately. Yeah, that
Need to hit the Wayback Machine on that. I might be searching that tonight.
there was a thread on there, I remember clearly, how to build a 300 horsepower Starlet. And they're like, this is so common in Jamaica, because you have taxis in Jamaica where it's turbocharged and whatever. SR20 VVL turbocharged taxis in Jamaica, all-wheel drive.
Damn.
Stuff like that. Anyway, public transportation, you find it down on the side of the street and they pick you up and they go. But it was so common to make 300 horsepower Starlets that nobody documented it. And then there was this one guy who documented it. And like stuff like that. Ready E-manage, these are the settings, And it was all there. I love forums. I miss forums very much.
Forums are dying, man.
Yeah.
But there's so much information out there.
That's because kids don't know how to control F forums.
Control their what?
Control F.
Oh, Control F forums.
Yeah. They you can't that's one of the last things where like you have to look. Those forums literally make you look. And as someone like I'm an instructor now, and like the one thing that all the students I have do, Control F. It's the first thing they do. Whereas for me, I read everything on my job with a book. You can't Control F a book.
You can't control.
No.
You just got to go to the greasiest
Shout
page.
out to
Really?
to Encyclopedia Britannica,
Yeah.
Audell's Repair Manual. That book was, I think, 700 pages. I read through that thing. Shout out
Climbers.
Haynes.
to the Haynes Manual. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a encyclopedia. What was it called? There's one. It was a book that we had to use in school. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, that was our time.
School, that's like a blackout moment for me. So I could tell you.
The school was fun, but yeah, the school was fun.
Cool. All right. So this has been Neil from Pencil Tuning here at 813 Performance. They do dynos. They do full rebuilds. They do full builds.
Service, regular repairs. We just finished a Ford Focus ST today. Yeah.
Nice. And if you mention CAFEMOTOPOD, he'll give you a free beef patty.
He will. Yeah, let's see how well this works. Cafe Moto gets 10% off our labor rate. Shout out.
Oh,
Yo, okay. We'll put that down below.
Put that down below.
Real bad man.
Real bad man. We end with that.
Yeah. We're out.
peace.